Explorers, our crew welcomes you aboard the Savoury Learning spaceship. Together, we will travel the galaxy, visit exotic locations, and learn new knowledge. Our destination today is planet Ink.Lusion 520, located 2 million light-years from Earth. Here is where all types of differences are welcomed and valued, no matter whether you're human, alien or bacteria. Your mission on this trip is to watch out for 3 runaway letters that are hiding among visiting locations. They are the key to unlocking this planet's biggest secret. Well, what are you waiting for? Let's space jump.
Explorers, welcome to Ink.Lusion 520. My name is V.
And I am Phong.
And we are your tour guides for today's space mission. As you may know, our planet is famous for accepting everyone's unique traits. Therefore, the aim of this trip is to help explorers like yourself to discover how we can all contribute to building a more inclusive learning environment to ensure that everyone's abilities and differences can be fostered and appreciated, like it is here on our planet. So let's first start off by thinking about a person, or alien, who you believe to be exactly the same as you in all aspects. It's quite difficult, isn't it? You may have noticed that no matter how many similarities two people may share, differences will always exist. And that difference is what makes you and everyone else around you unique and special in your own ways. This principle thus underlies the foundation of an inclusive classroom. That is, a learning environment where everyone's diverse abilities are valued. So why is this important, you may ask? Well, by harnessing this diversity, we can all help each other improve and grow individually as well as collectively.
There are some of our peers, however, who may require a little more support from surrounding friends. People with developmental disabilities like myself, for example, may find learning and understanding complex information and skills more difficult than others within their social-cultural context. So the question is, how can we harness our diverse learning abilities to create an inclusive learning environment aiming to support for everybody's differences?
Well, Phong, we will be answering that exact question along our travel. So, let's quickly head off to our first location to discover the first step to building a more inclusive classroom here on planet Ink.Lusion 520. Let's go! We begin with the first step, assessment of our differences. Here, I would like you to question your own assumptions about others. Think about a situation where you might have categorized somebody, perhaps for their background, gender, religion, or language. Did this stereotype you held lead you to exclude this peer from a social or academic situation?
In contrast, I now invite you to change lens and embrace people's differences. Think of yourself and those around you as unique beings with individual strengths and weaknesses. More essentially, ask yourself, how can you tap into your own strengths to help others? For example, I love to draw, so I might consider being in charge of drawing mind maps and little animations during group work to help peers who learn better visually.
Now, the action phase is where you can transform those thoughts into real behavior. In this step, you may first want to invite your friends to share about themselves and any possible difficulties they may encounter whilst learning, and how exactly you can offer your help. Keep in mind that these difficulties may range anywhere from academic to social challenges. If the request is not beyond your abilities, get together with a group of other students to support and encourage each other. And don't hesitate to approach your teacher if you have any questions whatsoever. Finally, don't be afraid to ask your friends for constructive feedback regarding your assistance. Phong, do you perhaps have an example that you could share with us?
Yeah, sure. I am usually slow to understand new content in class as I find it too long and complicated. Luckily, after sharing this difficulty with my friends, they started helping me highlight key concepts in each lesson and share their notes in our group. Consequently, I have not only gained more confidence in my studies, but we, as a group, have all begun grasping knowledge more quickly in class. Moreover, I also feel very respected when friends approach me to ask what kind of language they should be using regarding my disability, and by them being willing to make necessary adjustments to support my participation in class activities.
Finally, we arrive at the last step, the reflection stage. This stage is a chance for you to reflect on your thoughts and actions regarding your contribution to constructing a more inclusive classroom. Think back to your previous biases and ask yourself whether you have become more accepting towards a certain type of difference and people's diverse abilities in general. Based on the feedback that you might have received from your peers, what were some of the mistakes that could have been avoided? Why did you make these mistakes? And what can you do better next time? Remember, taking accountability for your action and seeking to rectify past mistakes is how you learn and grow as an individual.
In addition, we must not forget to reflect on how you might have positively contributed to fostering an inclusive classroom. Think about an instance where you have successfully supported a friend with a disability, for example, and how that has benefited your friend and you. What are some actions you will continue to do in the future? The process does not end there, of course. This reflection phase prepares us for that first assessment phase where the cycle begins all over again. Because building an inclusive learning environment is a continuous process that requires everyone's participation, from teachers, parents, to students like you and me.
My dear explorers, we have now approached the end of our space mission. Have you been able to catch the 3 runaway letters during our visit?
Amazing. Congratulations. You have unlocked our planet's biggest secret. The AIR framework for inclusivity. As we have discovered throughout this trip, everyone deserves to be treated as a whole person rather than be defined by their traits. People with disabilities, especially, should not be labeled or seen as pitiful beings. In fact, we hope to be seen as persons with unique qualities just like everybody else.
I hope Ink.Lusion's 520's AIR framework has provided you with something to think about. Even better, perhaps it has urged you to deeply reflect on any pre-existing attitudes about differences and diversity and prompted you to collaborate with friends to build a more inclusive environment that would drastically benefit everybody. As our space tour comes to an end, I would like to thank you for coming to visit our planet. Next time when Fo and I travel to Earth to meet you, we hope you will also be our tour guide and show us how you have practiced inclusivity. See you again next time.
Thank you for listening. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content from Savoury Learning.